Now, carrying on our theme of these paintings from Harold Hops, our last one was in School Lane. We have this one labelled Breck Road, Wallasey. It looked like 1920s and an unfinished painting, and it's also looking towards Poulton. Now, we jumped on Google Maps just to find out what part of Breck Road this actually was. It's a fairly long road, but we're looking for that wall on the left, and I think that this area here is the most recognisable to the painting, and the road curves off in the same direction as well. But of course now the cottage in the painting is now obscured by the trees on the left. And here it is today from about that location that he painted from, although the position of it, he'd probably done it from the middle of the road, but there's a bit more traffic now to contend with, so I'm not going out there. Now there's a wall down there and a gate and of course a house, so let's go down over the other side and have a closer look. Now, just give you the heads up, after we're finished with this picture we are going to go down the other end of Wallasey to have a look at a painting of a place that doesn't exist anymore, but we'll come to that later. Now, looking at that gate on the picture and looking at this gate here, this was my first thought as being the same opening in the stonework, but the distance to the end of the wall in the building is a bit too great, so I don't think this is the one here. Now, this is a more likely position of the gate in the picture. Now you can see the wall here as the brickwork's changed from where it's been pointed on one side and not the other. So this looks like the actual location. The building is just behind it, but the wall going up the hill has also gone. But this, I'm pretty sure this is where that gap was. So this is the cottage in question, but from the other side. We can't see it because it's obscured by trees on the painting side. But this is it here on the entrance to the Breck, the little parkland up the hill just to the right, which does have its own famous story about Alan Rouse, who was a mountaineer. But that does bring us to a plaque which is just on the right on the entrance to the park, and the plaque is for Alan Rouse, the mountaineer, first British climber to summit K2. Now, he actually learned to climb on the Breck here, and we have a video on this which you can check out in the description, from the Breck to K2. And quickly back to the cottage. This cottage was erected by public subscription in 1799 to serve as the Wallasey Grammar School. Now let's have a look at that second painting I told you about before, the one that doesn't exist anymore. Let's go and have a look for that one. Now we're here by the Wallasey Library to have a look at this painting here of the Lost Lane at Kirkway, or as it's labelled here, Old Kirkway, list card, looking towards Earlston Road. Now we have Earlston Road, this is where the library is here. And quick looking on Google Maps, satellite views, no view of this road whatsoever. Not a road, footpath. Looks like completely gone. But we do have Kirkway, the road. It's obviously not that. Now this whole picture here really took a bit of detective work to try and figure out where it was. Now, Kirkway, it's not, we know that. But looking over from the library over there, over to the left-hand side over here, is this stone wall. It looks very, very similar to the stone wall in the picture. And the first thing that caught my attention was these two pillars. Now these pillars here look very similar to the, see in the painting, the gate on the right-hand side, they look like the two pillars there, and it's obviously been bricked up with more stone. But on further investigation, I think I was wrong. Now, if we look over to the left on the painting is a white house with another building next to it with a slate roof. And if we just spin around to our left, then we can see the white house. So that gate can't be that. Now, through a bit of coincidence, we've just spoken to the lady in this white house, and she confirms that her house is the house in the picture. And that slate roof there is the smaller building out to the side, which is now a garage. Meaning was wrong about those pillars. However, we can't get to, obviously that path doesn't exist now, but the stone wall that we see here today is the same stone wall on the left in the picture. Heading down, I mean the width of the walkway here is about the width of the pathway in the picture. There would have been another stone wall to the right with those lanterns hanging over the top of it. This is as close as we can get to the original. Now, if you haven't already, have a look at our school lane paintings, again by Harold Hops. You can find that just up here. And don't forget to check out our members and our shop page. I'll see you over there.